Welcome back to Bryson Builds. This is my attempt at a YouTube channel, so we'll see how this goes. But this is the ShipStation video that I wish I had, or wish someone else had made when I was looking to make the switch. This video is not sponsored by ShipStation, although, hey, ShipStation, at some point, you and I should have a conversation. But I want to talk about what we were doing before, what we're doing now, and then the main things that cause us to switch, what I like, what I don't like. Let's get into it. Let's start with what is ShipStation. So ShipStation, which I have running on this computer right here, is just a software, but it's an intermediary between your store, your online store, your customers, and basically it is in charge of printing the shipping labels. Now you might say, well, can't I just print shipping labels inside of Shopify? Absolutely. So that was going to be one of my first points is ShipStation may not be for you yet. I've found that it's quite cost effective to print shipping labels within Shopify. We still do that for one side of our business, but for our other three businesses, up until last week, we were right here. We'd have all of our Shopify stores open and we would just click in there and bulk print labels, print. Before that, we would open up a label on the screen, go get the order, pack the order, print the label over and over again. Then we got into batching. So we would find all of the same items. We would say these 20 orders are in this box, they weigh this much, print those. But it just got where we had so much time spent standing at a computer that we were wasting valuable time that we could have been packing orders. And we have so many orders now that every few seconds I can shave off at the end of the week really adds up. So we started with Shopify. What made me pull the trigger and switch to ShipStation? Well, here is the issue that we were running into. Number one, we were shipping all of our packages USPS. So we were using USPS Ground Advantage. Most of our shipments, I would say a vast majority, ship in this right here, this 10 by 6 by 6 corrugated box. This holds most of our shipments. We ship that via USPS. Here is what you're gonna run into. We have a small local post office. So we're in a town of about 2,000 people and we have overwhelmed our post office. So even though we have a manifest, which we'll talk about in the ShipStation feature, even though we have a manifest, when we scan these into the post office, say we scan in 600 packages, package received, pending acceptance. We don't actually get a scan and acceptance scan until it hits the main hub, which is in Fort Worth, which is usually the day after we drop off at the post office. Here's the scenario we were running into. Friday, our post office closes at 4 o'clock. We have to leave for the post office generally by about 3:15 in order to unload our packages in time to get our manifest scanned before they close. So then what do we do from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock or the end of the day, Saturday, Sunday, because that's when a majority of our orders are coming in. If we were to bulk print our labels like we were, our customers were getting notified and saying, hey, your package is shipped. Okay, so there's Friday. We drop it off Friday. Technically the post office has it, or no, they don't have it on Friday. If we ship it at Friday at 3 p.m., 3:30. It's here. It sits here Saturday, sits here Sunday. It goes to our local post office on our Monday afternoon drop off. It doesn't get scanned in until Tuesday. So customers get a notification Friday, 3:30 p.m. Your order has shipped. And then Monday they log in to see, hey, what in the world? It says it hadn't even been a post office awaiting package. So then we're getting a lot of customer service issues with them saying, hey, you told me you shipped this, but the post office says they don't even have it. So that's one issue. Also, the ability to save, it doesn't seem like much when you're shipping 5, 10, 20 packages a day, is saving 30 cents here, 40 cents here. Every penny matters, but it doesn't matter as much when it's 20 or 30 packages. Sometimes the convenience of saying, hey, ship all these Ground Advantage, there's a benefit to that. We're shipping 500 to 600 packages a day. If I can save 30 cents, 40 cents, $1.50, I've had some days where I'm saving $1.50 a package by optimizing which carrier I'm shipping with. We're talking real money. We're talking straight to the bottom line simply for setting up a system like this. So now I would say of our standard non-perishable packages, it's probably 40%, 90% split evenly between UPS and USPS, and then 10% go in some form of FedEx. But now we're saving that. I think last week was on average like $1.20 a box. So figure that up on several hundred packages a day, and we're talking real money that ShipStation lets us save. So I'm gonna show you our setup and what some of the things we've done to make ShipStation work for our businesses. So here in our office, we have, this is, guys, we do things simply, we make it work, and then we improve on it. But do something, create a system, and then fix it, and then make the system better. This is what our picking boxes are. These are not picking boxes. These are some kind of warehouse U-line box that we bought for something else, and we had. But they work perfectly. They fit a packing slip, and actually 2 packing slips in there perfectly. This is what we pick our orders in. So our team will come in, whoever's on picking we'll start picking into these bins and setting them out for the packers. Now before, inside of here, I'm not gonna show you this because this is a real customer one, but we would have the packing slip, which we still have, and then we would have the ready to go USPS shipping label right here. Packing slip in the box, USPS label on the outside of the box. And again, that leads back to some of the problems that we had starting off. So what we did and what ShipStation lets you do, we added some custom code to our packing slip. So we now have a custom packing slip that still does a packing slip like you're used to, customer line items that we're actually picking off of. So this is our custom packing slip, or we call this just our internal shipping label. So all it is, it tells whoever's packing, place on the outside of the box, and then scan at the shipping station. This is linked to this order number here, so it's real easy to see if this ever gets, put on a table or something. Oh, this is, here's the order number. Nothing has really changed in our pick or our pack department. What has changed is using this computer on the back end. So I will now go over there and show you guys that. So I'm here at our shipping station is what I would call it. Again, we didn't have to do any of this before, but now we're really trying to save that little bit of variance we can on the box, and we're trying to split picking and packing. So we don't want packing to be reliant on picking. For instance, this weekend, we've never been able to ship on the weekends before because our weekend retail help didn't understand the intricacies of picking orders, printing shipping labels, and you get into a lot of trouble. But now what it lets us do is our normal picking crew can pick extra orders that can then be packed over the weekend and then can be scanned in here on Monday morning. So let me, I do. Let's grab an order and I'll show you what our workflow looks like now. And I'm gonna keep the camera back here so you don't see any personal information. But here is one of our dog treat orders. This stuff does take some time to set up, but it's not incredibly complicated. Once you understand how the system works, you're gonna get really good at this. I know this seems like a lot, but it's not. I'm not incredibly technologically savvy, and I have a lot of extra things set up here. You don't need all this. But when we scan this order, you can see all of this order information just popped up here on the screen. It's linked to our scale right here. You can't see that, but it's linked to our scale, so it's pulling the weight straight over. It's usually pretty good about guessing. What it does is it looks at your last several shipments, and then it's gonna kind of guess at what package you put that in. I'm working on that too. We have this right here. I know you can't see this, but it's called Rate Shopper. So you can go into ShipStation and you can say, for this set of things, I want you to shop the post office, UPS, and FedEx, but there's no need in shopping like 1-day air, 2-day air. Like I want you to shop Priority Mail, Ground Advantage, UPS Ground, Ground Saver. Once you set up those rules, you don't have to think about it. So I've spent this time talking, but I could have had this label printed already. I can go in there and tell it, hey, I want USPS, or I can say, I need you to rate shop it and find the best. So I don't even know what label it's about to print out here. I just told it, hey, use the rules I've given you and get me a label. So for this order going from Texas to Rhode Island, UPS Ground Saver was our best option, and that's all you have to do. That order is ready to go with our UPS orders. Come get picked up and head out the door. So I told you guys there was another issue with notifying customers, and here's one cool thing that I found in ShipStation that's really gonna help you out with that, because we now have people who ship after hours, we have people who ship on the weekends, and so we didn't want to have those customer notifications going out if the package wasn't already in transit. ShipStation has some really cool settings of how it interacts with Shopify. So you can tell ShipStation, hey, here's kind of our normal shipping window, and what I have it set up, for instance, we leave to go drop off packages at the post office at 3 p.m. So I say that anything after 3 p.m. should be considered next day, not next day as in get there next day, but it's gonna ship out the next day. So Shopify and ShipStation are gonna work together all day. Noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, when we ship a package, it's gonna send that customer, hey, we shipped this, hey, we shipped this. When you get to 3 o'clock, it's gonna say, hey, these are going out tomorrow. ShipStation is gonna hold those notifications. So at 3:01 p.m. today, as we're scanning in packages, it's not gonna say, hey, we shipped this, hey, we shipped this, because the customer then is gonna get in that weird notification cycle. What it does, it's gonna hold those. You can set rules in there, either to wait a certain amount of time or wait until it gets scanned in. What I have it set to do is that the next day at 9 a.m. or the next shipping day at 9 a.m., all of those packages that were held will send out notifications. So for instance, my packages that I will ship at 3:30 today, the notifications won't go out. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., because that's the day they're gonna get loaded on the truck and sent to the post office, they will all get that notification. So I hope this was helpful, guys. I'm just a normal business owner here in North Texas, and I figured all this out, so I figured I would make a video and show you guys some of the lessons I learned the hard way. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna do more ShipStation specific videos on how I set up the rules, because again, I wish I had that video. Appreciate the follow if you feel so inclined. We'll see you guys next time here on Bryson Builds.